All right, let's talk about a huge problem in the construction world. Why is it that so many projects seem to end up late and way over budget? Today, we're going to dig into how one platform is trying to bring some serious order to the chaos of a modern job site. So let's just get right into it with the question that I'm sure keeps a lot of you up at night. Seriously, why does it feel almost guaranteed that a project is going to hit snags, run late, and just cost more than anyone planned for? It's a massive headache and a problem that costs millions, if not billions, across the industry. You know, the root of this problem often boils down to something pretty simple, a major disconnect. It's kind of like a tale of two teams. You've got the team in the office, the ones drawing up the plans and schedules, and then you have the team out in the field, the ones actually building the thing. For years, these two groups have been separated by stacks of paper blueprints, endless phone tag, and just the sheer distance between the office and the muddy job site. And when those two teams aren't perfectly in sync, well, that's when things start to go wrong. And this disconnect, it's not just a minor annoyance. It creates some very real and very expensive pitfalls. A simple miscommunication, that could lead to thousands in rework. All that wasted time hunting for the latest blueprint, that leads to crippling inefficiency. And these things, they just stack up. They cause schedule delays, which, as we all know, leads directly to costs spiraling out of control. It's a domino effect that can literally sink a project. So if the big problem is a communication gap, then the solution has to be some kind of bridge, right? And that brings us to Procore, a platform that was basically designed to be that exact bridge for construction teams. So what exactly is Procore? Well, think of it as a project management platform that's been built from the ground up just for construction. And the keyword here, the most important concept, is that it centralizes everything. The whole goal is to create one single source of truth for every single person on the project, from the architect all the way down to the electrician. No more second guessing if you have the latest version of the plans. It's all right there. Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but how does it actually work in the real world? Let's pop open this digital toolbox and take a look at the specific features that make all this centralization and collaboration actually happen. So, Procore's real power comes from these four key things. First up, you have this centralized hub. Think of it like a digital library for every single blueprint, permit, and schedule. Then you've got real-time collaboration. This is huge. It means when an architect updates a drawing in the office, the foreman on-site sees that change on their tablet, like instantly. Third, and this is crucial, are the mobile field apps. They get all this data out of the trailer and into the hands of the people doing the work. And finally, task tracking. This just creates crystal clear accountability so everybody knows what they need to do and when they need to do it by. So you put all these tools into action. What's the actual impact? What's the result? Well, it's a massive shift. You go from a chaotic, fragmented process to something that's smooth and actually collaborative. Let's look at the before and after. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. Before, what do you have? Disconnected teams, probably working off outdated plans, which of course leads to slow, painful decisions. But after a system like this is in place, you get aligned teams. Everybody has real-time information, and this empowers them to find solutions right there on the spot, instead of waiting days for an answer to trickle down from the office. It's a game changer. Here's another way to think about it. Basically, drawing a straight line from the tool to the benefit. That centralized hub we talked about, it directly cuts down on miscommunication. The mobile apps, they're what finally get the office and the field on the same page. And that task tracking, well, that's the engine that keeps the whole project on schedule. You can see the clear cause and effect here. Okay, so we see how it works. But what's the real bottom line here? Why does this matter so much, especially if you're one of the smaller players in the industry? Because here's the thing. For a small contractor, a tool like this is not just some nice-to-have luxury. It is absolutely critical. I mean, the giant firms, they might have deep enough pockets to absorb a few unexpected costs or delays. But for a smaller business, those exact same issues can be the difference between a profitable year and closing up shop for good. It all just comes back to this one simple core truth of the entire industry. Delays can quickly increase costs. Every single feature we've talked about, every benefit we've looked at, it's all ultimately designed to fight that one fundamental, incredibly expensive problem. And all this kind of leaves us with a final, really interesting thought to chew on. As technology gets more and more woven into every part of building, are we heading toward a future where the code that manages a project is just as fundamental as the concrete that forms its foundation? It's a fascinating question about where this whole industry is going.